Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. And today was Wednesday the 11th, and today was a beautiful day outside. Got this morning dumb early so I could hang out with this guy here. Had to get him in the house. Woke up, got everything good to go. Got him in, got him outside, kept him semi-quiet. Was able to basically from there turn and head out to go walk the dogs. I have to go feed and walk, so I'm like, hey, cool, I'll go get that done and not have to have I want to get them out before it gets hot, but I also works well because it keeps Van away from the other dogs barking and whatnot. When he's trying to play with the other dogs and the dog's barking at him, it just wakes my wife up, so it's easier to do that way. So I basically grabbed my stuff, headed out. We drove out by Samsola to let some dogs out, let them get their food and medicines and vitamins and all that kind of stuff in them. Got that done, headed back here to the house. Everything was good. Wife had already taken off for work, so I didn't really see her at all. Got a couple things taken care of there. Went ahead, hung around the house a little bit. Asked her if she'd heard from her father yet. We still had not heard from him throwing his little tantrum yesterday, and did not know if he's still alive or dead, kind of thing. One of those concepts. So I tried calling him, nothing. Tried texting him, nothing. Tried calling him again, nothing. And I was like, okay, knock this crap off. So I sent him a text, or so I left him a voicemail that said, you have till 8:30 to let me know you're alive, or I'm calling a wellness check because I ain't got time for this shit. You know, normally I would have just drove up, I would have gotten in the house, I would have basically gotten there like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you acting like a damn little child kind of shit? So I was doing stuff and basically posted up that I'm like, I just didn't have time. I have dogs to deal with, I have houses I'm going to look at, then I have other dogs to deal with, and I have other dogs coming, I have a meet and greet coming, all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, bro, whatever. So I'm like, no big deal. So I went ahead and left him the voicemail, left him the text, kind of hanging stuff like, hey, what the hell? And I basically told him, stop acting like a child, answer your damn phone, you're worrying your daughter, and it's stressing me out because she's stressed out by it, so knock it off. So nothing happens. Tried calling again, no answer. I was like, okay, so I gave it a few beats. I posted on Facebook, like, how do I go about doing a wellness check? Do I call the local police department? What do I do and stuff? I didn't know how that works, and everybody said, yes, just call the non-emergency hotline, or non-emergency phone number, and then basically tell them what you need, the address, and they'll send somebody over. And then they basically also informed me they will do their least they can to not kick a door down. Like if they look in there and see somebody's laying on the floor, or looks like there's blood, or looks like a struggle and that's different, or looks like somebody's fallen, they will then, kick a door in. But even then, they try to call locksmith out or call family, which if it got to the point they find him laying there on the floor, I might kick the door in. I don't give a shit. It's just money. At that point, who gives a shit? But if he's just sitting there with the TV turned up real loud and the stereo on real loud, he's not answering his phone, he's being a little brat, then part of me also wants to have kick the door in, so he's got to pay for it, because stop being a child and you won't have to play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess is the best way to put it. So went ahead, I was in the process of looking the number up for the Ormond Beach Police Department, so I called their non-emergency number, and basically I thought, I got something, I can outsmart this guy. So I blocked my number. I basically put a restriction number on my phone. I call him up, and he answers immediately and says, hello. And I was like, he goes, hello? Hello? Like, who's there? He's like, hello? Who's there? And I said, I was trying to figure out why you're not answering your phone when your daughter calls you, or I call you and you're not answering returning text. I was in the process, I was making you a message, I was writing. I'm like, really? Just answer the damn phone. We call and text you. We call you or text you, pick up the phone, stop being a little baby, kind of thing. So he was like all butthurt, whatever. Asked him how his night went. He basically complained that he was, up all night peeing and stuff after the scope, whatever. He couldn't. I said, what did the nurse say? You called her. You were supposed to call her if it got worse. He goes, I didn't call her. I'm like, why not? He's like, I wanted to be a pouty baby, is basically what he said. And I'm like, okay, sounds about right. That seems to fit right in the narrative of where we're at right now. Seems like exactly right. So you'd rather live a miserable, crappy life and say how bad your life is by being a pouty little baby than ask for help and take care of things properly. So just like he did with his record player when it broke, and he didn't ask us for help to fix it or nothing, but then said 2 months, it's been broke 2 months, then yells at me because it's been broke for 2 months, and I didn't know about it. So how would I know about this? Then I found out he was just, I don't know, I assume he was either stupid or liar at that point. He was either lying about it being 2 months because it had been less than 2 weeks, because Paul told us that, and also less than 2 weeks ago he said he was going to order a new cassette for it, so why would he, or cartridge for it, why would he order a new cartridge if he already knew it was broke, and that he broke it by putting the cartridge in? So that made no sense either, less than 2 weeks ago. So again, I don't know, maybe it was just, he said months, he meant weeks, or maybe he's just wanting to make his life seem more miserable, more pitiful, and wants to feel sorry for himself. So who the hell knows. But went ahead, got off the phone with him finally, hung around the dogs and stuff, let my wife know that basically there's good news and bad news. Good news is your dad's fine. Bad news is your dad's a little bitch and acting like a baby. He's just being a little spoiled baby. So we have to figure out the whole thing out and deal with the whole yay, whatever. So everything was good there. Hung around the dogs a little bit. I had to go see some houses. I got to go see some houses. I get to go. So I went, looked at some houses, looked at 3 different houses. One was, I wouldn't mind putting an offer in, I think maybe. The other one was absolute, complete, utter trash. Like, oh my God, it was just so mismaintained. It was awful. It had like so many problems. Okay, you're leaning on me and killing me here, Smalls. Stop leaning on me. You're smashing my shoulder and you're soaking wet. We've been to the beach. You're covered in salt water and sand. And why is this the time you choose to lean on me? It makes no sense. So anyway, went ahead and looked at the second house. The first house was really nice. Second house had an amazing entryway. Like, it was a beautiful like entryway as you walk up to the front porch. It was great. The other house did not have as great of an entryway, but it was nice. And the third house I was looking at for my father-in-law, it was a small little 2-bedroom, small footprint, 1-car garage, yada yada, and it needs a full gut model. It needs a remodel. The kitchen has decent enough bones, and okay, you're killing me, Smalls. Back up. So it's got good enough bones. The kitchen's good enough. You could put some, I think, recoating. Have a professional come in and do the paint on it so it holds up. Would work. The kitchen's massive. It goes into a dining room. It's a big giant living room, and then 2 small bedrooms down the hall. Or was it 3 bedrooms? Yeah, actually, I meant 3 bedrooms. 3 bedrooms. So 1 master bedroom he could have, and then 2 other rooms for storage of records and stuff. And it was only $189,000, which, you look back and that house should have been, 30 if you're lucky in the location. But here it's $189,000 was cheap. I think 20 grand would remodel it and get it up and going. All new flooring, new paint, new walls, and upgrade like the hot water heater and stuff. And then if it needs a roof, which I think it will before long, another 10 grand. And that's pushing it. The roof, I think it's a small house. It could probably be done for 8. But so now you're looking at $25,000 or so, maybe $28,000. Have the house 100% perfect and good to go. Like, it would be amazing. Like, it would be a super cute little house and work actually great for him. But he wants to be a little baby, so I don't know if I have any interest in actually helping this man, because he's just being a little prick, and I'm not a big fan of that kind of behavior. So went ahead, got back to the house, had a meet and greet set up. They were coming by and never showed up. I was like, hey, what the hell's up with this? So I basically I thought I saw something come by, and they texted they're gonna cancel the meet and greet, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, we need to reschedule. And they said nope. And I said, okay, can I ask what happened, what's going on and stuff? And they said, oh, we drove by, we were not impressed, not happy with the state of your yard. And I'm like, my yard needs mowed. Like, what? And she's like, your yard, down. I'm like, okay, I just planted new seed out there. Like, I'm letting it grow in before I can mow it. I can't mow it short because, like, what the hell's wrong with you people? The backyard's mowed. The backyard's fine. The new grass seed in the front, I actually texted them. I said, I have new grass seed. You gotta have to let it grow up taller to get better roots and stuff in the grass seed. That's how grass works. And they just said, I basically told them, I said, but I understand completely. You have yourself a safe and wonderful day kind of thing. And I'm like, hey, best of luck finding somebody who's going to make you feel safe and secure with your dogs. Because, hey, whatever. But I'm like, since when does the front yard with new grass seed growing up, so it's a little too tall for their opinion, make you not want your dog to be watched there? I'd like, look at my reviews, look at all the things. Like, you meet me, find out the dogs are great, whatever, and nope, grass is too tall because you're putting in grass seed, and to hell with you. And I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Which I thought, thank God I did not deal with these people. I had that moment of like, how dare you judge me on my new grass coming in? But then I thought, oh my God, thank you for judging me for my grass. Because if you're that anal and you're that weirdo, you're going to have a fit when your dog comes home with mud underneath his nails from playing in my backyard and actually wrestling and playing and stuff. And I don't want to deal with you anyway. So thank God I don't have to deal with you. So I'm all good with the whole process. But yeah, it makes me wonder what they thought. Do they think like I'm just like some dude who doesn't spend time with dogs? I've only mowed my yard. I won't hire somebody to mow my yard. I won't take care of their dogs and stuff. I wonder what I would love to get in their head. That's what I would love to have, but not the case. So they left, or they didn't show up, I guess, technically. So I went back to the thing stuff. It's like, no big deal. Everything's good to go. Had another dog come by. Ruka, I think they pronounce it. It's like RCVA or something, or RVCA. I don't know. But Ruka, she come by. She's a great little dog. They were going to drop her off, and was funny now because like I also go out and I feed their cats, and I got a text they'll be there about 15 minutes, drop the dog off, and I'm like, cool, no big deal. Got a text about 15 minutes later saying it'll be about another 15 minutes. He forgot the food, had to come home, and I'm like, oh, I was going to get the cats fed anyway. But I could have grabbed the food then, but oh well. So he came back, he dropped the dog off, it was good. Then he went to leave and almost forgot to give me the house key. And I'm like, hey, I need the condo key. And he's like, oh shit, yeah. So he gave me the key. And then had to take the time to tell me that whatever college was on the keychain was not his college. That's not where he went. He was very adamant to make sure I did not think he went to, I think it was Michigan. I'm not sure where it was at, but it was an alumni keychain thing. But definitely wanted me to know that he did not attend that school. So I was like, okay, cool, bro. Like, I don't care. So we kind of had a good laugh there. Got back in, the dogs all played. They all had a great time. Everything was good to go. Ended up heading out. Karen got home from work. I went and got my run in, got my shower on, kind of do stuff, blah, blah, whatever. Karen got home from work. I was making dinner. I was making some shrimp and rice meal. And when she got home, she sent me a text that I was in the shower that basically came from, I guess it'd be her son's stepmother. I guess his father passed, so it's actually his stepmom, I guess, so his stepmom, saying the fact that he was at work and having some issues. So he's been dealing with some, I think the times that his dad's gone, he's been hitting him a little harder. He's not communicating stuff, and he's just been bottled up, and it's starting to come out. So Karen decided she needed to go up there also and try and help, basically kind of calm him down and talk him through some things and kind of help, settle out what he's doing in his life. And so I basically said, well, if you're going, go. If you're not, don't. Like, just decide what you're doing and stuff. So she decided she needed to go. So she headed up. Basically at that point, shortly after that, after she left and stuff, my dinner was done. So I ate dinner by myself, which it's all good. She ate leftovers when she got home from it. But she got there, everything, they had talking now stuff. They talked him into his job is just pure shit. They treat him like crap. It's not a good place. It sucks. So he quit his job. They got him talked down. I think it was good. And she goes, you can literally physically see the difference in his face and his body mannerism when he decided to quit. Hadn't even actually quit yet, but when he decided to quit, he goes, you could see literally the tension fall out of him. And I'm like, God, that's so much better. So yeah, from there, he had to go in, and they had a little freak out moment. I have to go in and tell him he quits, which sucks, but it is what it is. So he went in, told me quit, blah, blah, whatever. And then when he first walked out, he was like, just that full tension. Like he was like a rubber band pulled tight, like just so tight, like he was ready to snap. And shortly after that, after he got outside, I think once he got, almost like he stepped out of the building. Once he got out of the building, she said you could see the energy and the tension just come off him a little bit. So he rode his bike home. Everything was good there. It was, yada, yada. Everything was happy. She got home from there. At that point, I'm already out. I went out and fed the cats, ran back out, took care of the other two dogs and stuff. And then, so she beat me home. She jumped in the shower when I got home. It was late. The dogs, everything went great out there. The dogs and stuff, they're all good. The one's in heat, and the other male who's too old to have babies, but he is just obsessed with her. Oh my God, it's awful. So he went ahead, yada, yada there. But we had a whole that was a pain in the butt. So got that taken care of, got back here to the house, chilled out a little bit, put all my stuff away, because I left my cushion and stuff out, then I think go back out this evening. I was too exhausted. So ended up said to hell with it, headed into bed, watched a little bit of Hulu or Prime where I was watching the iPad, and finally wrapped it up and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.